Hi. So I'm sitting here with my color therapy light. We're like a light purple right now. And I'm chilling. I'm chilling with Muji and Big J, my big brother. And we're just sitting here holding space. And I gotta tell you, it's fucking painful. It's excruciating, actually. I so desperately want to run away. I so desperately want to run away from my own self. And why is that? I think it's because it seems easier. It seems easier to just like shove what's going on in the back of our minds and in the back of our life, and we entertain ourselves with some other kind of something, or in somebody else's life, such as movies, right? It's so easy for us to run from our own and immerse ourselves in several seasons of a TV show. And you can just fully immerse yourself in somebody else's life through everywhere, through our social media, through our, you know, and we don't actually have to live our own. We can just immerse in the internet world or in a movie or a TV series, and we don't have to live our life. But then one day you wake up and you go, I don't like it. I don't like this life I'm living. I don't like this life I'm living. Because you're consumed in a life that's not actually yours, but a life that you're unconsciously creating through advertisements, there's this little flyer around here, through addiction, through, I just realized I'm addicted to my phone simply because, not because I'm on it all the time, but because I can't control, like, when I become aware that I've been on my phone for too long and then I try to put it down, I witness this part of me that goes, oh no, I have so many reasons why you don't have to put that down. And it goes the same way with food or with, and if you're justifying to yourself, if you are already justifying, you're already missing truth. Justification is the brain's way of combating intuition. So if you have to justify anything, I believe it's not in need of justification. If it's something that you're combating with yourself internally. Does that make sense? Does this make sense? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? And sitting with our stuff sucks. It sucks. But you know what? I've almost been sick for 2 weeks, and obviously there's something going on that I'm not dealing with. So I'm here in my lofty loft. I'm zenning out on my little zen couch, contemplating how to escape this myself, because myself is not now allowing me to escape myself, or my brain. My brain is trying to escape, but myself is like, no. No, we're gonna sit here and we're gonna deal with our stuff and we're gonna feel it and then we're gonna share it online. Because that's one of the things that, it's so funny that painting is right there and I didn't even mean to do that. 444 on the timestamp. They're trying to show you guys something. You see that? That is Walking Away. It's a painting I painted of the little self walking away, or the stepping into full bloom, basically stepping into your full potential, stepping into your truest essence, leaving behind the small self, right? And the in between is supposed to be like the prying apart. And you can see all of this stuff. He's like the small self, and life is like cluttered with all this stuff, noise, you know? And they pry apart, and that's leaving behind the old self and walking onto the cliff into the peaceful, luminous, unknown in truth that we are. And that's what's happening in the collective right now. That is fully what's happening in my life. It's what's happening in everybody else's life. I don't know if you know this or not. Let me know if this is your truth, because only take it if it resonates for you. But we are, it looks like my colors are changing. We're moving. Life is being shaken up. Our foundations are being stripped. Like the rug ripped right from under us. And it's excruciating in many ways. And we're being shown and guided to look at things within us that don't feel so good. I'm not digging this color on my face at all. Can we change that, please? Thank you. Still not. There we go. And part of this stripping, I guess, for me personally, and why it feels so important and vulnerable to be real and raw with you guys, is because we're all being called to step into our power on a way deeper level than we have ever done before. And so in order to step into our power, we must meet ourselves with the contrast of not being in our power, the contrast of what we give our power to. And as a wonderful example, we could say that I give my power to money. This is a good example because we all, I shouldn't say we all, but many of us can probably resonate with this. And I give my power to money, and I overwork myself to the point of burnout, which then I have to recover from for 2 weeks with a cold. And where's it going? And I have this combative contemplation internally that says, you need to work harder to be worthy of more money, to make more money. You need to work harder. You need to be basically dying to be so worthy of a lot of money. But I found that the more I choose that phrase, work smarter, not harder, the more I set intention, consciously saying, I'm going to follow this path, or I'm going to create this side hustle as a means to make easy money, or as a means to meet financial needs with ease. You know what I mean? And I just set this conscious intention. I find myself flowing in alignment with this intention. But when I'm in this kind of grindy hustler mindset, because it's what my parents have grinded into me, or in a nicer way, I should say, programmed. And not that they consciously programmed it into me, but that's how were programmed. That's how they... And so there might be a part of us that isn't really ours, or something inside of us that isn't ours, a belief or a that says, in order to be worthy of this much money, or in order to get the life I want or live the life I want, I have to be working really, really hard for it. And it's so funny because I find myself looking at what I've accumulated in my life and, you know, the home in which I live and the vehicle in which I drive and all these things. And there's something about having them that makes me believe, even though I already have them and I don't have to fight anymore to get them. There's something inside of me that says you're not fighting hard enough to keep them, or you're not fighting hard enough to be worthy of this life that you've built. And so it's almost a self-sabotage or a self-saboteur internally that makes me work even harder, and then I don't even get to enjoy the things that I don't believe I'm worthy of. Are you picking up what I'm putting down here? Oh my gosh. So if we inherently don't believe we're worthy, even if we get enough money to buy the things, we still don't believe we're worthy, so we'll never actually get to enjoy them. Are you hearing me out? So if we don't think we're worthy of money, even if we make a lot of money, we will never allow ourselves to actually enjoy money. And it'll always be something that we're unworthy of, if that's a belief that's there. Even if you do make a lot of money. So the funny part about all of that is regardless of whether you believe you're worthy or not, that's what you get, even if you logically make a lot of money, even if on paper, or even if... Are you hearing this? This is profound stuff. And so at the end of the day, all that really matters is what you think and what you believe about yourself and about your life, and how you talk to yourself. Because if you don't believe you're worthy, or there's something inside of you that says you're not enough, no matter what you do, there will always be that part of you, or this unconscious voice that's not even yours, that's saying, I'm not worthy of this. And so even when you get it, you won't allow yourself to enjoy it if that belief stands there. So how do we become enough? How do we believe we are enough? We set the conscious intention to practice ritual. Ritual is not a hoodoo voodoo word, my friends. Ritual is something that you do repeatedly every day. Ritual is something that you work, you could say, as a ritual, not an intentional one. Sometimes intentional. But you know what I mean? Ritual is your morning routine. So creating an intentional ritual that cultivates or assists the cultivation and the creation of the belief internally that we are enough, or that you are enough specifically. And so what would that even look like? It could be something simple as I brush my teeth with the intention to embody my worthiness. It's really that simple. And it doesn't mean just saying it is going to make it happen, but making it a ritual will. Continuing to feed and water that seed in your mind will. Repetition is the key to mastery. So if you're repeating crappy stuff in your brain, like, I can't do this, how could I, you know what I mean? That's your mastery. What are you mastering? What you're mastering is what you're repeating to yourself. Holy crap. This is blowing my mind, because we know it, but do we really know it? And how long until we know we understand, you know? How long until we understand? We deserve to understand. We deserve to feel good in our brains and in our bodies. And it doesn't mean to ignore your feelings, but if you're mentally just being mental, in the mental, and what is being entertained is not serving you or contributing to a healthy life or a healthy mind, Oh, it's the sun coming off the windows. It's kind of gray outside though. It's that yellow. I don't like that yellow. Let's try something new. Ooh, that's yellow too. So, I don't know. Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? Oh, maybe one more dim. Oh, that's better. I have a headache. It's gonna be okay. You know what my intention is? To be brazen. Brazen? I actually don't know how to pronounce it. But to be unhinged, to be shamelessly unhinged inside of my expression or expressing externally, you know? And I'm leaning into that more and more. As you can see in this video, I'm getting more and more comfortable with myself. And it's going to be uncomfortable in multiple ways. It's uncomfortable to record it. It's uncomfortable to post it. And then it's going to be uncomfortable to maybe receive any feedback that comes with it. But I think that's a part of expansion. And expansion is worth being uncomfortable for. So, I don't know who needs to hear this, but maybe you gotta let yourself get a little bit uncomfortable for a minute. And sometimes that's just taking a step away from all the noise, sitting in a quiet little space where you feel closer to God or spirit or yourself. And just let yourself unravel. Let yourself unravel. Oh my gosh. It's amazing what we can discover about ourselves when we let ourselves unravel. We give ourselves the space to unravel. And a lot of emotions can flow through that space, but you always feel so much better after you do. You discover more, you feel closer to yourself. You hold more compassion for these parts of yourselves that desperately need it. And it creates ease with things that we would naturally feel resistance towards. And resistance is what prolongs our suffering. So giving up resistance is what will make life more graceful. And if we can't end suffering and pain, we might as well learn to heal and handle with grace. Thank you. Thank you if you're here with me. Thank you. Thank you for being a part of this sacred, collaborative unfolding. Because this is us. And it's this expression feels like it's not mine, it's ours. And if I keep it to myself, then I'm not doing what I came here to do. And I'm not giving the rest of my fellow brothers and sisters my part of what I'm here to offer and what they need to receive through this space that I hold. I'm figuring it out. We're figuring it out. Ah, what a trip. Thank you, sincerely. Thank you for being here. If you spent this 20 minutes just hanging out with me, I hope that it found you where you needed to be found and met you where you needed to be met, and that it landed with some grace in your heart. Wherever you are, have a blessed rest of your day. and we'll see you next time.